What's up? It's Lady Kim, and welcome to my channel. So basically, this video is my redo of episode 3 because for some reason when I uploaded it, I thought the full episode uploaded, and I have to save memory on my devices. So after I upload them, I deleted them at first, but I do have a backup on my hard drive. For some strange reason, the full episode didn't upload. I guess I uploaded the wrong file and it was just the intro. And I'm doing the redo. I couldn't find my notes. That's why I waited so long to redo this episode. I couldn't find my notes. I couldn't find the video. Here we are. Let's get it.
I used to think my mistakes was who I was. The devil is a lie, killing all that he loves. Used to walk around the world with a bunch of pain. Ain't what I wanna be, but I can't complain. Used to think my mistakes was who I was. The devil is a lie, killing all that he loves. Used to walk around the world with a bunch of pain. Ain't what I wanna be, but I can't complain. You can't tell me that my God ain't real. I don't care how they feel. Yes, I got a testimony, cleanse me like he chlorophyll. Taste the fruit, no orange peel.
So, yes. So, anywho, quick story time about focus or procrastination. So, I kind of I don't want to say I wasn't as focused as I could have been. I'll say that. And kind of sort of procrastinated. And what I'm referring to is the mixing and mastering of my project. So, as y'all know, I've been working on my first official Christian album, hip hop album, this year. I wanted to release it, I think it was spring or summer this year, of 2024. But then I was waiting on a few collabs, and I kind of wanted it a certain way. So I ended up holding it off. And at the same time I was holding it off, I was creating new music. So it was just a lot of stuff going on with that. So for anybody who, if you have a full-time job, even part-time, but mainly for my people who have full-time jobs, you already know. Depending on what you do, after you get off, you tired. You are tired. So it was around another few months, I was really putting my sleep priority, and baby, it felt wonderful. The only thing I didn't like about that, being that I was, working full time, when it was time for me to get to my craft and stuff that I really enjoyed and, building in ministry, baby, I was over it. I was so tired. But I was like, I have to prioritize my rest and my sleep. Because if y'all know me, I call myself Miss Kitty Got It, and I would just be on go mode. So I now know that there are certain seasons where it's okay to lose a little sleep. It's okay. So with that, like I said, I was mixing and mastering. I was going through lots of spiritual warfare with that. It would be sometimes that I just didn't feel like it, or the mix was just not coming out as clean as I needed to be, and I would get frustrated, and I would put it down for about a week or two. For real. So with me prioritizing my sleep and not really getting to the mix and mastering like I wanted to, waiting on a few collaborations to come back, as well as the other thing I mentioned. So then this crazy thing happened, right? And those things that I mentioned probably took place for 3 months. Me being tired, me being frustrated, then my computer was acting up. And although it did act up a little bit with my secular projects, this one in particular, baby, the spiritual warfare was warfaring. For real. So, anywho, this crazy thing happened, right? Where my mix and mastering, the website that I used to mix and master, I was locked out my account. I was literally in the process of, because I was starting to feel a little guilty about procrastinating. And I'm always on everybody, holding everybody else accountable. And I'm like, oh, you know what? Let me get up, apologize repented for procrastinating, because you know that's rebellion pretty much. Especially if God tells you to do something, you're supposed to do it right. And I was kind of slacking, right? And I felt like my door was closing for that. So I repented. I felt the fire back in me to really get this mixing and mastering done with this project, and the beats as well, because I made most of the beats on this project. Baby, and in the middle of me mixing and mastering it, and it using, I guess you could say, AI technology to get the crisp master, baby, it locked me out of my account in the middle of me mixing or me mastering some of the songs on my project. So just picture it doing this little AI thing, and all of a sudden this screen pops up saying put in a verification code. So I'm looking at the screen like, verification code? So I got like buku emails. I'm going in all my emails. I'm going in my spam folders. Y'all, I kid you not, I did not see not one verification code. I didn't request a verification code. In my mind, is somebody hacking me? Have I been hacked? Oh no. Oh no. So I'm sitting there looking defeated, but I said, no, baby, I procrastinated and I waited too long enough, gave too many excuses for me to sit here and look at this screen with this confirmation code, a verification code, that I do not have a verification code to put in. So I Googled some other mixing and mastering sites, because I did the premix and the mixes on my own, and I just upload them for the master. So I was like, I'll just find another company. So they had a few that had like a 3-day trial or a 7-day trial. So I ended up getting some done with those. So I'm like, it may not be exactly how I want it, but it's better than what it used to sound like, if you catch my drift. I would prefer using the website that I normally use. Okay, check this out. I contact customer service. Me and customer service, because I don't think they had a phone number, so it was through email. You know, sometimes that could take long. So it took them about a few days to get back with me. Baby, we were going back and forth for, I want to say, a good week and a half. If not, you could say 2 weeks. I'm going back and forth with customer service about a good 2 weeks. Now, this was right before Thanksgiving, because I had to renew my account, and I do it yearly. I don't do monthly with them. I had to renew my account on November 26th, a day after Thanksgiving. And it's like, it was in November, the first 2 weeks in November, we going back and forth about this verification code that I never received. So they were like, well, it might be an app, like Authenticator app, if you guys are familiar with that. It's an app you could download for codes and verification codes. So I'm like, oh, well, maybe that's what it is. So I download a couple Authenticator apps, and one of them I said, okay, I did use this one. I saw the name of the site that I use. I'm clicking on it. I don't see a code. I see like a password to get in the Authenticator account. But I'm like, I still don't see a verification code. I'm getting frustrated. So I'm like, look, I tell customer service, I can make a new account. Can y'all just transfer my old account to this new email account that I'm about to set up, so that way I can finish with my project? Because this is so, like, I forgot the word that I used. Inconvenience. This is it's a big inconvenience on me. I'm wasting money at this point. I couldn't use my account for about 3 months, 2-3 months or whatever. So anywho, they were like, cool. And then, like I said, I went in a prayer and was asking God to forgive me for procrastinating. I was receiving all these downloads for when God tells you to do something, be obedient. Of course, I'm going to be obedient, but I just didn't have no fire to my butt. And the fire kind of died out with, well, not died out, but kind of got dim with spiritual warfare, as well as just distractions. You know, like I say, that tired, baby. It's kind of equivalent to, I know sometimes when you try to read the Bible or pray, you get like this weight of slumber and you get so sleepy. I was receiving that every time I would sit down and try to mix and master my music. And then I said, I used to get so frustrated. It's a very tedious process. I don't really care for it too much. I just do it to save money. I'm gonna keep it 100. And I remember on my first album that I had sold in stores, like in Best Buy, you know, when they had the CDs, I didn't really like how they mix and master my project. and they still released it anyway, and I ain't really care too much. But anywho, that's a whole nother story. So I'm going back and forth with customer service. I done downloaded the Authenticator app, no code. So not starting, I guess you could say kind of starting to get a little defeat, but I'm like, nah, I gotta find a way. I feel like I gotta break through this. I gotta battle the spiritual warfare that's coming against me. I gotta push through. And a lot of times that's how it is with spiritual warfare. We just gotta keep pushing through when it comes to some things. So I'm like, dear God, can you please help me finish this project with this mixing and mastering? I don't want to seem like I'm procrastinating again or, dragging my tail. So, like I said, with all the downloads that I was receiving and me just being consistent in my prayer, baby, I kid you not, one day a light bulb went off. It was like a breakthrough, and I wish I could remember the prayer, because it was that prayer, and it was some other prayers I had, and I want to say it might have had something to do with forgiveness. You know what? I want to say that's around the time God woke me out of my sleep and had me to intercede for people who raped me and molested me. And it was hard at first, but I got through it. And I want to say around that time, like literally like the next day or two, a light bulb went off when I was back in the mixing and mastering process. I was like, if that Authenticator app says it won't show your security codes again, I guess for security measures. I'm smart enough to have taken a screenshot. So now at this time, I'm going through my cell phone, but I dumped my iPhone because of the storage, so I could have, my storage. So I dump in on my hard drive. I'm like, well, I gotta go through my hard drive. Yeah, I'm looking through my computer. I'm looking through my phone. I'm like, well, not my computer. I'm looking through my phone. I was looking through my hard drive and my dump folders, my cell phone dump folders. I'm not finding these codes. So I'm like, I know me, and I know I'm smart enough to have taken a screenshot if you can only access these codes one time. So then, bing, a light bulb went off, and it was like, check your computer. It was the Holy Spirit. It was definitely the Spirit telling me, check your computer. And baby, y'all, like, I'm literally on my laptop almost every single day. So I go in my pictures, y'all. When I go in my pictures on my laptop, literally the third picture I click on was a list of the security codes. I said, hold on. I go to the website, I type in the first security code, and voila, it's unlocked. So for 2 months straight, my account was locked, and I had the security codes on my computer. Literally the third picture that I clicked on, it popped up. I had the email customer service was like, forget the transfer. I was able to get into my account. It's all good. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for y'all patience. Thank y'all for y'all patience. For real, for real. After saying that story, how many times have we experienced a spiritual warfare and we end up being the warfare? It's us. I was in my own way because I was distracted. And what was my distractions? My distractions was me giving an excuse being that, oh, I'm too tired, which I was, but I could have pushed through, right? Was too tired. Waiting on collaborations. It is what it is. And being frustrated and putting it down. Like I say, when it comes to obedience, when God tells us to do something, 9 times out of 10, it's probably for somebody else, for you to help and come through for somebody else. And I know a lot of these songs on this project, they are very healing, and they were very healing to me. So that's what put fire behind me to get up and finish it, because there's somebody look, I'm getting distracted. There's somebody that's out there that really needs to hear what I have to say, whether it's testimony, whether it's some encouraging words that I have on this project. And I'm just so excited. But a lot of times when we go through things, we have to push through no matter how we feel. A lot of times we don't want to do something because we don't feel like it. Our feelings cannot become our God. Our feelings cannot become our God. Our feelings should not become our God. For real. Because if I was still like obeying my feelings, for one, I'd be asleep. Because I gotta get up in like literally like 5 hours. And I'm still not done with this. So I would be asleep at the moment. I probably wouldn't have finished mixing and mastering my project. What else? Like I literally have like a couple more songs and I'm done with the project. So I'm excited about that, but do not let your feelings become your God. I do believe that there are seasons that we need to lock in. Like I said earlier, it's okay to lose sleep here and there, but don't make it too much of a habit where it becomes detrimental to your health. So, yeah, I don't mind staying up late. I don't mind staying up late to the point where it's like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock the latest. I try to go to sleep before 3 o'clock, especially if I have to get up early, like at 6 o'clock the next day. But I really believe that there are seasons that we should just push through for a breakthrough, and there literally was a breakthrough. Even though, yeah, the codes were right on my laptop, but like I say, I was on my laptop literally like every day, and the breakthrough was right there. Distractions. Minimize your distractions, especially when you're in a focus season. And I feel like all seasons are low-key focused. We shouldn't be too not focused, especially when you're living for God, because you want to make sure you are postured to hear from Him, and so that way you can be obedient, right? Because how you gonna be obedient if you don't hear? Catch that. So lock in. Things that I've done to stay focused when it comes to, like, I remember when I was having an issue with lust and masturbation, I would unfollow all the people I used to follow, even if it was like a cool fitness channel, people who were half naked. So dealing with focus, I would suggest with your social media time, limit your social media time. Instead of scrolling for 2 hours, you go do it for a good 45, a little 30 minutes a day. I know it's gonna be hard, but trust me, it's worth it. And honestly, I really need to work on that because, baby, when I'm winding down, I get on that endless scroll. I just be like this. Ooh, that's funny. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh, that's dope. I guess taking them dopamine hits after working so hard. But I know personally that's something that I need to kind of buckle down on. So probably for the rest of 2024, I probably won't be on social media as much. I kind of limit myself already, and that's why you probably see me one day. I'm just going back and I'm just commenting back to everybody and saying like thank yous and sending heart emojis because I real like try not to be on there so long. When it comes to like family, friends, or even a spouse, sometimes they can be distractions. So you definitely want to limit that, especially if it's like a needy friend or a friend just all of a sudden is just so needy, and that's spiritual warfare too. You have this big project that's due in a couple weeks, but your friend is having these relationship problems, and they just tend to call you all hours of the night while you're trying to focus in on something that's very important. So you want to make sure you establish boundaries when it comes to people. Now, if you have a spouse and you're like an ambitious person, or you just have things to do, they should already know your personality and know the mission that you have in life and things that you're trying to do, and they should be supportive of what you're doing and understand that. Or maybe you can't go out this night, but you can go out that night. As long as they're understanding, that should be good. But you still have to implement your boundaries when it comes to your spouse, your friends, as well as family. Because like I say, when you're working on something, big, you can have all kind of distractions. Because like I said, I had the being frustrated with the mix. Also, I was performing. I had some performances too. And when I have performances, I like to practice. So you got that aspect. So it's only like a limited time that I really have when I get off. I've spent months working, coming home, showering, eating, and going to sleep. Of course, praying and reading my Bible, letting my ferrets out, and going to sleep. And although that type of lifestyle may work for some people, I'm a creative, so I gotta create some music. I gotta create some content. You know what I mean? I got more devotion. I've brought so many books that I want to read, and it's hard to read if I'm so tired. I'm like, you know what I mean? Anyway, so boundaries. Make sure you set boundaries to stay focused on what God has told you to do. It's a busy world out there. You have so many distractions, and everything is pulling us in all these directions. Now, if you're a disciplined, structure type of person, having like a schedule and time management is very important, and it would be so much easier for you to create like a schedule and have that time management. I have to get a little bit better with that as well, because I rather stay up to do what I want to do versus do what I need to do and go to sleep at a decent time. So I'm working on that, but it's gonna get done though. Now, if you're not good on time management, start getting good at time management. So start learning about time management and how to manage your time, how to be a little more disciplined in certain things. Fasting is always great as well. So you can fast for a few days and just lock in and prayer always works. Baby, I tell you, it took me like about 4 months, 4 or 5 months to do episode 3 again. Focus and distractions. So that should tell you something right there. I was distracted, the focus. But I real life thought about this, doing this focus and distraction redo for quite some time. And I said, you know what? If I don't do it tonight, it won't get done. And that's the push through I was telling you about. And you will receive breakthrough when you push towards certain things. Of course, have a discernment, because sometimes there may be God protecting you from it. And then on the other hand, it might be God telling you to push through. That's how you get your breakthrough. Push through. That's how you get your breakthrough. Push through. That's how you get your breakthrough. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode. This might be the last one I do, but I would really love to do a recap of my 2024. But I would love to do it, but y'all, I got a lot of stuff going on for the rest of this year. So I'm happy that I was able to stay up and give you some content. So I haven't been slacking. I just been busy, which is a good thing. But I always enjoy doing these videos to help. So thank y'all. Oh man, it's like every time I try to get off here, I have another story, and I really want to tell you this story before I get off. Now that I'm thinking about that particular story, it doesn't really align with this topic, but I am going to tell you guys. It's called, I don't think I want to share it right just yet. I don't want to share it just yet. It's still in the making, but I will tell you about it soon. So once again, thank you guys. I love y'all. Be blessed. Share the video. Comment. Yeah. And subscribe if you haven't already. I better go to bed.